And that was Boston, from Boston, bringing us in More Than a Feeling, 1976. And welcome everybody to Night Talk. I'm your host tonight, Joe Rocks, here with Jimmy. Jimmy.
Hello, everybody.
And Jimmy and I were just discussing all the political things that's going on and stuff like that. So, but before we get into that, I want to we're going to change the format for the gift card. Just so you know, this is the last gift card that we're going to be giving out for the show. And this is from Armed Radio. Hold on, where did I put that? Put the name here. Hold on a second. So many papers in front of me. Let's see here. Irene M, and that's from Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you for listening to Armed Radio. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody who listens to Armed Radio, and thank you. But this, we're changing our format for the gift card. We're giving away a $100 gift card, and that's from Armed Radio as well. And the intro song, which I'll announce every week because we change our intro songs. You'll have to identify the intro song, which brings in the show, and so we're going to be changing that up every week. And so if you miss the show, which is not a big deal, but if you do miss the show, you can get it on Apple, or the iTunes or Spreaker or iHeart or all these different places. So it's not a big deal. But that's a $100 gift card, and that's from Armed Radio. So thanks for listening, everybody. We get about maybe 30 or 40 new listeners a day. So we have a good amount right now. A good amount. Thanks for that. We really appreciate that. Anyway, what's going on, Jimmy? Anything besides
I got this in the mail the other day there. Somebody, Mike O'Connell, he's using my address. And I opened it up. There's a gift card in there from his family.
What do you mean? It was made out to him?
No, it's just a gift card. Walmart.
No kidding.
What is it? I don't know how much. You think it would say.
Wow. Well, that's good. It was your address, so you just keep it, right? I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I don't know how they got that address. It makes no sense.
Yeah, well, people...
They're thanking them for taking care of the animals while they went on vacation.
Well, that's good. Well, just hold on for a couple of weeks, and if you don't find anybody, what are you going to do? Oh, like you said, is there a return address on it?
Yeah, it says O'Connell, same last name, and 7 Kim Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah, you can send it back then if you don't want to, keep it, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to do. But anyway, speaking about that, in Chile, this guy was on a kayak in the middle. I don't know if you've seen that. He was on a kayak in the, him and his friend were on two kayaks in the ocean, right? And a whale came up, a big whale, and ate him, and then spit him back out again. I was on the news.
Was this up in Alaska?
No, it was in Chile. This big ass, fucking huge whale. Huh?
The only ones that eat are the orcas, and the only place I know where they are is off the coast of Alaska.
Yeah, so he was on his kayak, right, paddling on his kayak, but the whale came up and he swallowed him. He swallowed the guy in the kayak, and then he spit them both out. And then his friend went to get him. Anyway, that was that.
Was he all right?
Yeah, he's
live?
Yeah, Yeah,
But he
yeah.
was.
No, nothing happened to him. Nothing happened to him. He just, it's just a
Will
weird,
came to check it out, I guess.
yeah, 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 yeah. It was weird. Um, and let's see here. Where am I? Oh, yeah. So that's one piece of news, and then another piece is there's a lot, so much. Mostly, Trump is dominating the news cycle mostly. So
Oh, I know. I can't get enough of him.
yeah.
There's
I mean,
always something going on.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is really an exciting time to be alive, watching this happening
Oh
right in front of
yeah.
your eyes. You know what I mean? It's like I think it's crazy to tell you the truth. You never know what the hell's going to go on. I mean,
I've been doing it for 10 years now. 25. He ran in 15.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, you never see stuff like this going on. As a matter of fact, speak about that. Les Skymo says, "Hello, Jimmy."
Oh
Just
yeah.
so you know, I want to,
All right. Hello, Les.
yeah, Les Skymo in the morning. He's on every morning. Um, he has his own show, but and then
On Armed Radio.
no, he does podcasts. I mean,
Oh, all right.
he does podcasts.
He's a preacher, anyways.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know he was a priest.
preacher. Not a. He's not Catholic. He's Protestant
Oh, really?
or Baptist or whatever it is.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's probably why he doesn't like swearing, right?
Right. Yeah. He's
Oh,
got
I didn't know that.
He's got a congregation.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, I never knew that. I never knew that. And another guy, songwriter Randy said hello last week. I meant to tell you, but I forgot. He said say hello to Jimmy. So hello, Jimmy from songwriter. You remember Randy? I haven't seen Ronnie around, but like so many
Ronnie
people.
Baylor or something.
No, Ronnie B. Ronnie B. Give it up for Ronnie B. But I haven't seen him around in a long time, so I don't know how he's doing. But songwriter Randy said to say hello to you too. But anyway, in the news, again, Bobby Kennedy got confirmed today, so that's good news. And
yeah, he's going to straighten out. I hope he straightens out the food problems.
Yeah, so he said, because I was watching it, he said that like the food over in the States, they have a lot of chemicals in it. I don't know if they do or they don't, but
well, compared to Europe, Europe's got a lot of them they banned, but we didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. To tell you the truth,
They're trying to kill us.
Well, I don't know.
They're trying to bring this country down. And that's Soros and his rich billionaire friends and stuff that can buy politicians.
Yeah. No, I know, yeah.
It used to be millionaires. Now they're billionaires and working their way up to trillionaire.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, what goes on now. But I mean, I think they're going to take. They say like if you buy food here, like cereal or something like that, and you buy food in Europe, the same cereal like Fruit Loops or Trix or whatever. I guess maybe they don't taste the same.
No, it's the colors different. Over here we got brighter colors. It sells more to the kids. It's you know what I mean. They poison us just for a profit.
Yeah, I mean, I eat a lot of cereal myself. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I eat Cocoa Pebbles and all that. I eat mostly all that sugar cereal because I like it. But I noticed that if you buy the store brand, the colors on the cereal are much different. They're much lighter. So I don't know if that makes a difference or whatever. But I don't know. I just I mean, you don't know what's going on, And then another good thing is Tulsi Gabbard. Actually, was that the first time that a Republican president ever brought in Democrats in this cabinet?
Yeah, I
Do you
think
know?
so. Yeah.
Boy, that's ballsy, isn't it?
Well, they might have had not secretaries or anything, but low in the line of chain of command. They
Yeah, but
might
these are
they might have had Democrats, but nothing but taking over a department.
these people, they've got big jobs now. You know what I mean? They got
Oh
these
yeah.
jobs. These jobs are big. So I mean, I just I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna have to check that out. I believe that he's the first one that's ever done that. To be honest with you, I believe. So I'm not sure
Yeah,
100%,
I'm
but
pretty sure it is too.
yeah. So I mean, and speaking of that, we are live on TikTok and we're live on Facebook on for Armed Radio as well as Night Talk with Joe Rocks, and then we're also on Twitch TV and YouTube. So you can check us out there. But most people, what they do is they do the downloads because Jimmy and I are are not easy on the eyes. You know what I mean? If we had some bras, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe we'll get there at some point, but just want to take it slow right now. Just getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, so now Tulsi Gabbard is the Secretary of Defense. What is she? Secretary of what?
She's the director of national intelligence, DNI.
Oh, okay. So, but Mitch McConnell keeps voting against all his picks, right?
Oh yeah, because he's in with the Democrats. He hates Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now what? And then they're finding out all this money that's spent all over the place that they weren't supposed to. The Doge.
Yeah, the Department of USAID.
Yeah, and so
USA.
yeah, and so today, Elon Musk said that the American public, he tweeted that the American public deserves to have some money back for all the taxes they've paid, and so Trump tweeted that out on Truth Social. So I don't know if we're going to get a few bucks back. I really don't know, but that's a good idea. A lot of people online, especially on TikTok, are saying that they want their money back, and plus it's tax season right now. You know what I mean? So they spent all this money, in different places that they shouldn't have, because it didn't benefit us, right? It benefited other people,
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. That'd be nice if we get some money back, but we'll soon find out. I think he's going to try to do something. I don't know what he's going to do, and then he's going to go into, I believe, flat tax.
No, well, he's doing the tariffs. He might get rid of the income tax altogether.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to get rid of the IRS.
Right, but the income tax for who's collecting Social Security, that goes away in I think in March 30th. There's no more. You can't. There's no more tax on Social Security. So of course, when you get Social Security, you're not making any money anyway. You know what I mean? You're not.
I know why.
No, but I mean, you're not making any money. You don't get thousands of dollars on Social Security.
No.
So I mean, it's not a big deal for that. But at least it's something, right? So if you get some people like work extra jobs and stuff like that, you can collect Social Security. So the Social Security doesn't affect your income. It's like getting it with no tax on it, that type of thing. So I mean, I don't know how that's going to work out. And then they said he's going to get rid of the income tax and to go to flat tax, which that's a good idea as well, because if you go to flat tax, if people buy something if somebody buys something for a car, like if they buy a car for $100, just to say, and the flat tax on it is 10%, it's $10. But if you're very wealthy and you buy a car for like 250,000,
Yeah.
you got to pay the flat tax of 10% on that as well. So what's the problem? I think that's fair. Flat tax to get rid of that.
Right.
And then all these people up in Canada, he wants to try to make Canada a state, which is actually I don't know if it's a good idea or what kind of idea it is, but because they get a free ride off our backs, basically.
Yeah.
Canada.
Well, yeah.
Like everybody is basically.
I forget the word he used, but yeah, we're giving them money, billions.
Yeah, $200 billion a year, and so they don't. There's nothing that they make
that we need.
That we need. So what happened was one of the premiers up there. I think they have called premiers or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's what he is, a premier.
Yeah. So Ford, who's in Quebec, I think Ontario. He said that he's going to shut off the power to the states, by Niagara Falls, stuff like that. So he's going to shut the power off. So then they said they were going to shut the flow of oil off to the United States because the pipeline comes from Canada all the way down to the United States, but it comes east, okay, but it doesn't go up to Quebec. So if they shut that pipeline down, they're not going to get any oil themselves because it comes here first to get refined, and they don't have refineries up there. You know what I mean? So so they won't get it refined. So it's heavy oil. It's heavy oil.
Right. They got to use a lot of heat.
Yeah. So he shut his mouth on that. He shut his mouth on that. But I wake up every morning. And that's all the news is plastered all over the place about what's going on. I mean, it's something every single day. Every day was, it's mind blowing. You know what I mean? It's mind blowing. And I guess they caught Joe Biden and that Mayorkas. They were moving money into different places that they're not supposed to do it. So they caught him. They caught them doing that. Those kids.
Yeah, I did see that. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so those kids are young kids. They're like 19, 20.
They were making fun of them at the hearing today. See, these kids don't know nothing.
Yeah, but they shouldn't say that because the kids that join the military, they're all young.
Well, right? That's what somebody said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're all young. They're all 19, 20, 21. So I mean, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know. It's I get and then in Worcester, they had the hearings in Worcester because it's a trans place. Worcester, Massachusetts, there's a lot of trans people there.
So it's in a sanctuary city.
Yeah, they want to make Worcester a sanctuary city for trans people, which is So there's all these people that's dressed up, purple hair and all that stuff. I don't know, kind of weird, but they are weird. I mean, there's nothing else you could say about it. They're just fucking weird. That's it. And they're in a hearing and they're screaming about this and that, all this fucking bullshit. I mean, come on, seriously? I chalk that up to bad breeding. That's what that is. That's bad breeding. You know what I mean? Those people are fucked up. And so when I'm on TikTok, I see a lot of these people, all kinds of people on TikTok, right? That's why, and I like to interact with people on TikTok and send them, like comment. I do comment on certain people and stuff like that. Because you got all kinds of people on TikTok. I mean, all kinds, and they say whatever. But it's a lot of fun, and then they I don't say anything bad, but they come back at me. You know what I mean? Which is pretty funny. So You know, I said, and it's there used to be this guy. He passed away. His name is I think he was a his name was Robert Samuels, and he used to have all these women call up and ask, uh, they're looking for high value men, blah 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 blah, and all this stuff. And so he used to tell them, you're not high value, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So they used to get pissed off. So now when I'm on there, right, the girls on TikTok, well, they're not girls, but some of them are girls, but they show the picture, and then they have the music in the background, and it says, "My husband thinks I'm ugly, and this and that, and I have 2 kids, and this and that, all this stuff, and what do you think?" And I'm a single mother. Do you know me? I mean, there's so many single mothers on there online looking for guys, and I want to, I just want to. Yeah. So I just want to play you, and I don't know if I can do this correctly, but I just want to set this up. There was this thing on that today, which I listened to. I believe. Okay, so we're connected now. Which I listened to, and I just want to play that for you. And it made a lot of sense. When I got it. It was, because I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there, and hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can find the fucking. I'm sitting there, and I'm listening to what they're saying, and it's making a lot of sense, man. A lot of sense. I think it was earlier. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah. 1 second. I don't know how early it was, but boy. It's yesterday. Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. Here, I think here's one. Okay. Yeah, here's one of them. This one here. I don't know if you could, and if it comes up, it'll come up.
What happened? I can't hear it.
You can hear it?
Nah.
Yeah. So I was listening to that first thing this morning. You know, it was. I mean, if you didn't hear it, you'll hear it on the replay. But it's a series for men, and you know, the guy that's talking makes a lot of sense, man. A lot of sense, you know. And he talks about women who have you know, like single mothers. He talks about that. He talks about you know, he says, for example, he says, you know, a man will always be, and men don't like to be in third place. A man will always be in third place going out with a single mother, always, because, you know, first of all, they're going to take care of their children naturally. Most of them, not all, but most of them. And then the second thing, they're going to take care of themselves, and then you're the third, so that they're going to take care of you last. And so, what he said is, you know, he said, "Don't be a sucker." And so, you know, it makes a lot of sense. You know, it makes a lot of sense. But I mean, not all women are like that. You know, most are. I want to say maybe, I don't know.
Well, it depends on how old the kids are, too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's some women on there with 4 kids. They're all small. I mean, what guy wants to step into that kind of setup? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, you know, if you think about it, and take care of somebody else's kids, because that's what you're doing basically. And then you're taking on the responsibility of you know, financial responsibility and this and that and all the stuff. I mean, does anybody really want to do that? I mean, you know, I'm not saying that all women are bad like that, but you know, for the most part, they're bad. You know what I mean? I want to say maybe I'm thinking probably like about, I don't know, maybe 75, maybe 75 to 80% of them are like that. And me growing up in a broken home, I know that for a fact. That's how women are. So you know, that's just the way it is. Women, they want, you know, they want a man that will provide for them and their family, their regular family, or their, you know, and stuff like that. And so my thing is, if you don't have a child with a woman, there's nothing to tie you together. Do you know what I mean? If you have a child with a woman, it's a different story. Then you have something together. But if you're going out with a woman that, you know, that just
Already,
you know,
made family.
well, yeah, with an already made family, you're going out with a woman with an already made family. It's not the same thing. It's just not the same thing. So, I mean, you know, it's sad to say, but it's fact. You know, it's just a fact. You know, so I mean, you know, if and these guys who a lady with 2 or 3 kids don't want to have another kid, basically. You know what I mean? What they want to have another kid for? But these girls are all young too. They're all, you know, they're all in their like you know, 30s or 40s. I mean, what 40-year-old guy, or, you know, wants to go out with a woman with a couple of kids or 1 kid? No one. Nobody wants to do that. I mean, really, if you think about it, if you're 40 years old and you meet a girl at a bar or whatever, and they you know, I mean, and you find out that she has a couple of kids, or even 1 kid for that matter. I mean, do you really want to, you know, hang around with somebody like that? I don't think so.
That's baggage.
Yeah, exactly.
You're giving up on life or your marriage or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so, I'm going to do this series because the guy who talks, he makes a lot of sense. He makes a lot of sense of what he talks about. And then if you didn't hear a lot of it, it will come back on the replay. But it's just that's the nature of how women are. No, I'm not saying all of them now. I'm saying the majority of them. Majority of them. And when you're going out with a woman, on a date or whatever, with first 2, 3, 4 dates, whatever. Naturally, they're all dolled up. They all look good and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're all like, they're all perfect, right? They're all made up and stuff like that. And then you say, oh, is that always going to last like that? Well, no, it isn't. You know what I mean? Because once you move in together or you get married or whatever, they're going to walk around the house with sweatpants on and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And the only way to find out about people, is to live with them. You can't find out if you live in your own apartment and they live in their own apartment. You really don't know how one is. You know what I mean? Because you're not together. You're together, but you're not together as far as living together.
You're not sharing shit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so, that's you're in for a rude awakening if they have. I mean, you can imagine if they have kids, right? You can imagine if they have kids. Like, if a woman has a daughter, that's kind of rough for the father not to be there with another man, right? And then if a woman has a son, the son doesn't like another man with his mother, So it's like, I mean, you're in a lose-lose situation. You know what I'm saying? You're a fucking loser, basically. So what's the point?
Yeah, it's only a matter of time saying, well, you ain't my real father.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't say that to me and this and that. You can't discipline the kids. There's nothing you can do. You have no power at all. You're powerless. So I mean, that's totally sucks. It just totally sucks. I'm just, I'm just like beside myself trying to, think about, if this I'm trying to think about this guy. This guy could be wrong, but he's not wrong. Everything he says is right. So I mean, who am I? You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. But
well, getting married used to be like a partnership. Now it's a fucking business deal.
That's right. Yeah. And if the man typically always makes more money than the woman, right? Typically, unless and if but for the most part, a lot of these guys, that work from home and stuff like that, they're kind of like pussies. There's really no real guys around except the blue collar guys. Blue collar guys are different, but these guys on the computer that bang on the computers, they're kind of like pussies. Even though if they work out or whatever, it don't really matter. They're still pussies. That's the way I see it anyway. I see it like that. I don't really. And so most of these people, they should get together. They should get a woman with a kid should go with a guy that works at home. A pussy. You know what I mean? So he gets but with a blue collar worker, that never lasts. A regular guy that works at home, bangs on a computer or something like that, I'm sure they could deal with that shit. But, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, that's my rant for that.
I don't feel bad for the guys. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't blame them. Like I said, nobody's getting married and having kids.
No, nobody's getting married anymore. They don't want to. They don't want to.
The man don't want to.
Right. What's the point? Right. What's the point of getting married to a woman to give her half your shit. It don't make any sense.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. None. You know.
And that's how these girls think. They know it.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe a couple of them are sincere, but for the most part, they're all the same. But you still, I mean, for example, I was married twice, right? And I got divorced twice, and I didn't lose half my shit. I lost all of my shit both times. Okay, I mean that's it. I mean, I lost every fucking thing. A couple of houses. You know what I mean, and all kinds of this and that. You know what I mean, and I mean, what did I get out of it? Nothing. I got zero. They say, well, he was going out. Blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? That's not right to take. If you're married, you say it doesn't work out. You split it off. You split everything in half, and then you move on. You know what I mean? You don't fucking clean the guy out. What's the point of that? Especially if the guy contributes to the house or to the home or whatever. Why would you ever do that? But that's what happens. Women are fucking nasty, man. They're fucking nasty. Okay. They're always looking out for themselves, and guys always get fucked. I mean, big time. They get fucked. So, I mean, there's no point in getting married at all. Zero point of that. And take it from me, I'm a professional. So,
and I blame that on the Democrats because they're the ones that are giving them this education. You know what I mean? They're the ones that molded them.
Yeah, but I think that's it. I think that's inherited in their DNA, though.
In the education system, it's all liberal. You know what I mean? You got to really look to find conservative, the real truth.
Yeah, I mean, if you're married for so long, you might have an indiscretion here or there. But the difference between a guy going out and a girl going out is completely different. So a guy, when he goes out, on the side, he goes out for a few laughs, right? Something missing at home, basically. That's what I think anyway. That's my thing on. But if a woman goes out with a guy on the side, that's a different kind of thing because a woman are more what's that word?
Emotional.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You got it right in the head. Yeah, emotional. So but guys aren't emotional like that. They just want to go and have a few laughs. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to fall in love. They just want to go and have a few laughs, a couple drinks, whatever. You know what I mean? But a woman is a different story. She they can't deal with that shit. You know what I mean? They just they're not built like that. And they might have a kid at home, maybe two, maybe a half a dozen, who knows? You know what I mean? And they'll still do that. So it really doesn't matter. And then the guy who who doesn't do that, he's probably a real nice guy, and he ends up getting fucked and losing half his shit. You know what I mean? Or all of the shit because she could have two or three kids, whatever. You know what I mean? So he loses all the shit, and he didn't do anything, right? I mean, if you do something, right? If you whatever. But whatever. But if the guy's not doing anything, he just goes to work every fucking day, right? The broad's out fucking seeing the guy on the side, maybe a contractor, whatever, or a gardener or whatever, right? I mean, what the fuck? He ends up getting fucked and losing half his shit for nothing. For absolutely nothing. I mean, think about that.
Complete waste of time.
Exactly. And so I'm as I listen to those those things that I'll bring another one in next week, but as I listen to them, if you sit there and listen to them and think about it, they make a lot of sense if you think about it, and
right.
The guy the guy's right. Another guy who talks like that is Jordan Peters. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's very intelligent. He's a very intelligent
he's a
guy.
Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian. And there's one other guy. He's an older guy. I don't know. He's always swearing and stuff like that, but he makes a lot of sense the way he talks as well. But I mean, I do like listening to these. I like people like Jordan Peterson and people like this, and this other. I do like listening to them because they, if you listen to them when you're by yourself or in your car or whatever, they make a lot of sense. They make a ton of sense, So, I mean,
yeah, I watch his things.
You do?
Yeah.
I sent you a couple things on TikTok. Did you check them out?
I really don't. I try this. What's it? A video?
Yeah, they're all videos. Everything I sent you was video.
Then yeah, I would see the video.
Everything I send is video. So yeah, but and I kind of like this this setup. This is kind of new to us. Like I told you a couple weeks ago, the Restream.
Yeah.
They told me to try it out, and I do like it better than Zoom. I'm gonna discontinue Zoom and go with this because this is so much easier to work, and much faster. You know what I mean? It's much faster to do this, and it's like a dream. You know what I mean? You can't do this with Zoom. Make this easy because Zoom is very cumbersome to set up, but this thing has boom, boom, boom. Actually, you could do maybe 10 or 15 different streams out on different platforms. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. So we're doing. I think we're doing 6 or 5 or 6 of these, and then it actually saves the show, and then what I do is I download the show to the computer, and then I edit it and stuff like that. And so. But yeah, I mean, this is really a good setup for the Zoom. It's really a good setup, and like I said, for next week, don't forget you got to remember the song at the beginning of the show. The text line is 909-760-1248, and you would have to text that in before the next show, which would be next Thursday at 9 Eastern. So text that if you remember. Whatever. I think that's better because we have a lot of people that like the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So, which I think those were the best decades for music. You know what I mean? Oh, what you think of the Super Bowl?
I left at halftime.
It sucked.
Yeah, I know. I wanted the Chiefs to win. I couldn't believe he couldn't get a goal. Nothing.
No, I know. When Trump came out, they were all cheering and stuff like that. You see that?
Yeah.
And then when they put Taylor Swift on the jumbotron, they
booed her.
I think I don't think they booed her because of her. I think they booed her because she went out with she's going out with the Chiefs, player, right? Kelsey.
No, she doesn't. She was a anti-Trump fan, and that's why they booed her. So it was the Trump people, the MAGA people, are the ones that are booed her.
Oh, and then the halftime show totally sucked.
Yeah, I know. We watched it with the volume down.
Yeah, I mean, I watch it and I'm saying this. That was the worst. Actually, to tell you the truth, the whole fucking game was boring as hell.
It was.
You know what I mean? It was boring. I mean, and even the commercials that they had weren't that good. I mean, they had a couple of commercials, but because everybody likes to watch commercials and things, but they weren't that good either. The commercials, So I mean,
there was one I can't remember it, but it was funny. That was about it.
The Doritos one?
I don't remember that one.
So the commercial that I liked was the one there with what's DoorDash? No, not DoorDash. Instacart. No, was it Instacart? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Instacart was
Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah.
Green Giant and what was the other one? There was Green Giant and all kinds of characters from Mr. Clean and all those people running down the street.
Yeah, all the ones that advertise for the shit they sell in the supermarket.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to see all that shit. But that was good. That was a lot of, and then there was the Doritos commercial was it was okay. It was whatever. It was all right. But I was all right, I guess. But it was overall it was the game sucked. The middle of the middle part sucked. I mean, everything sucked about it. You know what I mean? It just sucked.
Yeah, it did.
So
I stayed for a little while in the third quarter, and then I had enough.
No, I watched the whole game. I stayed. I watched the whole game. I mean, but what when they kept on losing all the points and stuff like that, getting all the score, I'm saying to myself,
yeah, it's a boring game.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I mean,
I don't know what hell happened to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's true.
But he couldn't get a pass off.
Huh?
He got sacked like 5 times.
Yeah, I know. Did you see that?
And he hardly ever gets sacked.
Yeah, that was like brutal, man. Brutal. But anyway, we got him. Yeah, we got 4 minutes because I'll load this up on TikTok. So we do 50 minutes now. The shows are only 50 minutes long.
All right. Well, what do you leave room for commercials?
For that, but we only you can't go over on TikTok. You can only put a show up if it's under 60 minutes. So by the time the intro and the outro, that takes it right up to the end. So the maximum we can do is 50 minutes. So 50 minutes is the maximum we can do from now on. It's just because we do it like this, with the Restream. So, I mean, if you're going on Zoom, you can't. You'd have to like edit the show twice if you want to put it on what do you call it? TikTok. So, I mean, I don't know. It's enough fucking work, you know what I mean? It's enough work. So, I should, but anyway, any plans for the weekend?
No.
Oh, besides snow.
Yeah, I know.
Besides snow, we're supposed to get 6 to 8 on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, most of the snow melted today, but the kids didn't have any school. They had what do you call that? With the computers at home.
Oh yeah.
So that was that's what they had.
How old's Rebecca?
She'll be 13. She'll be 13 Monday. 13 Monday. So yeah, the kids grow fast.
I guess.
Yeah, they grow fast. But she's a good student, and she's into a lot of different activities and stuff like that. So I like to keep her in a lot of activities, so you don't hang on the computer all the time. You know what I mean? So just keep them active with that stuff like that. So it's like but anyway, guys. Thanks for stopping in to see us tonight, and don't forget to give us a call. Get your text us at 909-760-1248. and that's the show start song. We're going to do a different song pretty much every week. We don't. I don't like. I kind of get bored of playing the same friggin' song over and over again. So that's why I like to switch it up a little bit. But anyway, we'll see you next week. You got anything to add, Jimmy?
No. See you next week.
Jimmy.
Take
No.
care, everybody.
All right. All right. Good night, everybody, and thanks for joining us. Night Talk with Joe Rocks, Armed Radio in Boston. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy. All right, Jimmy. Thanks. I'll see you next week.
All right.
All right, Jimmy. Take care. Take care.
See ya.